Hello. So the government is now considering banning the XL bully. Personally, I think this is a bad idea. I think it's not going to work. We've already seen with the Dangerous Dogs Act of 1991 how effective banning pit bull terriers were. There's probably as many now in the country as there were then. Just today I've had somebody ringing me up about their pit bull terrier cross growling at their child. So this is not something that's ever going to really work. I think it's a knee-jerk reaction on the part of the government, who politically want to be seen to be doing something rather than actually coming up with something effective that will make a difference. So I think we should disregard that. We already have a piece of legislation intended to protect protect people from dangerous dogs. Section 3 of the Dangerous Dogs Act makes it an offence for any dog to be dangerously out of control in any public place. And those owners can be punished for breaking that law. So we already have legislation designed to stop these sort of things from happening, and that applies to any dog. So what I think they should be doing, and when I'm king and I'm all powerful, what I will do is create much heavier penalties for people who breach that law. So if you have a dog who kills somebody, your dog kills a child, you'll go to prison for a long time, long enough to give those parents some consolation that justice has been served. The fine will be enormous, enormous. Just recently I saw one where somebody had an £860 compensation bill. £860 for the death of a child. I mean, how is that reconcilable? So you would have much greater penalties, and I think that would help to deter some of those people. But what we also have to look at is, and I'm generalizing here, don't come after me, because I'm sure, in fact I know there are exceptions, but often the sort of people who get these sorts of dogs. They're often people who feel the need to be protected. They're weak or vulnerable people, so they want to get themselves a big, powerful status dog. They often are happy when that puppy or young dog starts to show aggression. They see that as a good thing, because that means he's going to be able to protect me and my family effectively. But they're not necessarily considering that if the puppy's only 5 or 6 months old and already showing aggression, what's it going to be like when it's 18 months, 2 years old, when its testosterone kicks in, etc., etc. And some of these people do not have the mental capacity to see that that is not a good thing. There was that tragedy with poor Jack Liss, who was killed by that XL bully. There's so much footage online, some of you no doubt will have already seen it, of that dog attacking people, particularly children, outside shops and things, and him punching it in the head as though that was going to train it. You know, this was a guy that was never going to make good choices with that dog. He should have been in prison long before that dog got anywhere near poor Jack. But certainly what should have happened is he should have gone to prison for what he did for a long time before that dog was ever given up. And then he rehomed it to this guy, who then allows it to get loose and kill a child. What do we think was going to happen? We saw how that dog was being educated. This is where people say it's not the dog's fault, it's the owner. Well, in that case, it clearly was. So we have to consider the sort of people who get these dogs. Now, the third thing that, for me, that we should be considering is the indiscriminate breeding of these dogs. And I was just talking to somebody yesterday who's got a dog who has attacked somebody, and he now wants to breed from that dog because he'd like to have a puppy from it. And you're thinking, no. So I had to explain to him, this is not good genetics here. This is not a dog we should be breeding from. But a lot of the people who breed from them because they think they'll make lots of money from the puppies. And so one of the other things I would do if I were king is I would make it illegal to sell a dog for more than a ceiling price, £500. You can't sell a puppy for more than £500. And if we did that, there would be no money in this for people. And all those puppy farmers and people who indiscriminately breed dogs like this because they think they'll make tens of thousands of pounds would stop overnight, because there'd be no money in it. And so we would see a lot less of these dogs out there on the streets, because people would realise that they're not going to sell them for anywhere near what they think they're going to sell them for. So I would also put a ceiling on how much you could charge for any puppy, because I think, you know, back when I was a boy, you know, you bought a puppy from somebody down the road, you might have paid 10 or 20 quid for it. So-and-so's dog bred with so-and-so's dog, and you gave the puppies away, or you asked for a nominal charge. My cocker spaniel would get hold of your poodle, and they'd have crossbreed puppies that you gave away. Now you can buy a poodle for £1,000, you can buy a cocker for £700, and you can sell cockapoos for £3,500. The world's gone mad. So I think if we started to restrict the way that people bred dogs indiscriminately, Again, that would help to ease this problem. I hear people talking about bringing in dog licenses. These are not the sort of people who are going to get a dog license. They don't even have a driver's license. They drive illegally, a lot of them. Not all, again, I say. Those sort of people, the sort of people who are doing that, are not going to go out and get a dog license. No, I don't think that's the solution. The solution is use the legislation that we already have, try and restrict the amount of breeding done by indiscriminate people who don't really think about the well-being of dogs. And I think we could actually save a lot of people and a lot of dogs. Thank you. If you like the video, please click like. I always forget to do this. Please click like. And if you want to receive notification of future videos that I've posted, then please click subscribe and you'll get notified whenever I bring out a new one. Thank you.